What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Basketball Wives. This is season 12, episode 8, and the episode is titled Popping Off. I feel like there wasn't really too much going on with this episode, but let's go ahead and talk about it anyways. We start this episode off with Jennifer. She's doing some voiceover work because she's producing another film. Has anybody seen any of the things that Jennifer has produced? I know I haven't, but maybe y'all have. We see Chantel. She is still trying to get her son into this baby modeling. Girl, the boy is cute. Your son is very, very cute. I'm just trying to understand, what's taking so long? Besides that, we see Brittany and Denise. Brittany still can't find a man. I feel like that is her whole life goal. It is to find a man. I mean, the matchmaker can't even help her at this point. Brittany, that's a sign that you're the problem. Then we go over to Jackie. She is back with her talk show. According to her, she wants to be Jennifer Hudson meets Wendy Williams. In what world would that work? Because let's be honest, I would never want to be anything like Jennifer Hudson when it comes to a talk show. She does horrible interviews. She doesn't even ask good questions, but I digress. So now Jackie wants to add this speed dating segment to her show, right? And then she wants to get Ty involved. So now she's like, well, I want to involve, some of the single ladies that are in the friend group. And I'm like, girl, these women don't even like you right now. Jackie, I get it. You're trying to pivot this into something else because you're tired of the talk only being about you and your daughter. Moving on, we see Brandy. She is shopping with her assistant for some seasonings because she's trying to make her own seasoning blend, right? I'm just a little confused as to why everything is called Maxill's Kitchen. And I'm just like, if you're on the verge of breaking up with your husband, and I get it, you may still want to carry on that last name, but I'm like, why is it Maxill's Kitchen? We couldn't get Brandy's blends of seasoning or something like that. I guess, girl. Now, we do learn that she's working with another restaurant, and she's going to be doing a pop-up dinner, at this place in downtown LA. And I'm just like, okay, cool. At least we get to see something outside of the typical drama that is happening on this show. Somebody's trying to do something that steps outside of the box. Now, she's talking to her assistant about how, the girls have kind of had her stressed out because it seems like everything that she does, there's a problem. And, of course, the ringleader is Evelyn. Now, she also mentions the fact that Evelyn, told her how Chantel needs to completely avoid Jackie at all costs. She don't even need to be around her mama no more. And for Brandy, she's just kind of that's a little bit harsh. And also, she's questioning if, what's her name? Evelyn is giving Chantel advice girl, you shouldn't be around your mama no more. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she's doing that. I feel like that is very on brand for Evelyn to do. Because at the end of the day, she sees Jackie as an enemy. She always has, always will. Because when it comes to this show, let's call it a thing. We all know that Evelyn came from Miami and she used to run Miami. However, Jackie is kind of she is the one when it comes to Basketball Wives LA. And I feel like she's been having a personal vendetta against that lady ever since then. Okay? Now, moving on from there, we slide on over to Evelyn, and she meets up with Brittany and Ming. And they're at this cannabis cafe. And I'm just like, I wonder where this is because I have not been to one of those yet. I don't even do anything that has to do with weed. But I'm intrigued. But besides that, they talk about the charity event. And of course, they talk about the fact that Jackie was only there for 30 minutes. And here comes Brittany, because she has no selfless bone in her body. And I'm just like, girl, could you please stop? There is nothing about Brittany that I like at this point. Actually, I don't think I ever liked Brittany. It's just something about her. Nonetheless, they talk about Ty and Ming. So, according to Ty, Ming has a new man. Because that is what Ming told her. However, for some reason, Ming has now decided to tell everybody else when they're asking, hey, you got a new man, girl? She's like, no, I just lied to Ty about that because I want her to move on. she doesn't understand what being a friend is. And she literally said that Ty wants her to be the villain in her version of the story, but she calls Ty the delusion in her story. I'm like, oh, okay. It's giving you really don't like Ty. Like, I don't know what happened in that relationship, but girl, just flat out say you cannot stand Ty right now. Just say that. So Evelyn, she brings up Jackie's show. And she's like, Jackie invited, me to do this show. Did y'all get invited too? And here we go. They got to talk about Jackie or whatever, saying how, here Jackie come with this show again. And I'm like, listen, at least she's giving y'all something. Because I'm tired of them talking about Chantel at this point. What else is going on? Evelyn, what you got going on? Ming, what you got going on? Because it's looking like nothing. So they say that they're going to go, right? But here's the thing. Evelyn says that she's not even going to get a date. She's going to have a conversation with Jackie, mother to mother. And I'm just like, oh God, please don't. Please don't. Because Jackie don't want to talk to you. We move on to Brandy, and she meets up with the owner of this restaurant called Joyce. I have yet to go there, and it's been on my list of places to go. She basically brought in her seasoning blends, and he tasted them, said that they were good, said that it would, pair well with a few items that are already on the menu. And I'm like, all right, cool, good for her. At least we're trying to see her build her brand. We see Jackie, she meets up with Jennifer and Ty. And Jackie talks about the charity event, how, it was really nice and we helped all these people. And Ty is like, well, yeah, that's true, but also they gave me hell because you left early. And Jackie is like, yeah, I left, but like, that shouldn't have stopped anything, which is true. You ask somebody to come donate their time, to come by and help out. She did come by. She was there for 30 minutes. Hey, you got what you got out of her. Okay? Also, y'all made the environment very weird. I would not want to be around people that don't like me either. Okay? So, moving on from there, they talk about this whole dating segment of the show, right? And then they bring up Ming. So, Jen, she's like, yeah, I talked to her, and she said that she told you a lie. Like, Ty, she was lying to you. She do not have a man. So, my thing was, I was so distracted in this thing, y'all, because I realized that Ty, she either is having, like, a breakout, or she usually wear makeup and she didn't have none on. I was a little confused there. But it looks like maybe she was having a breakup. She was trying to let her skin breathe. But besides that, Ty thinks this is dumb. She thinks it is so dumb for me to sit up here and tell a lie about being in a relationship. And I agree. That's dumb. What's crazy about this whole thing is that Ming is the one who was like, I think we should just be friends. But you want to lay up in front of this girl butt naked. That is not a friend. That is not how a friend acts. But then at the same time, you're like, no, we should just be friends. And I want to do my own thing. It's like, okay, well, treat her how you treat Jennifer. Treat her how you treat Evelyn. If that's the case, I don't know. Something about Ming is off. Like, Ty got her ways, but something about Ming is off for me. So, besides that, Jackie said that she's surprised that Evelyn's daughter, Shanice, showed up, for the charity event or whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, because, I got a bone. Now, the way she was phrasing it, it made it seem like there was a bone about Evelyn and her daughter maybe not seeing eye to eye. That's how she kind of worded it. But she held it to the chest. She didn't say what the bone was. Basically said it'll drop when it drops. AKA, if Evelyn keeps fucking with me, then I'm gonna spray her ass. I'm gonna let her know what it is. So we slide on over to Brandy. She's trying to record herself inviting the ladies to the pop-up dinner. Baby, she was struggling, okay? She was trying to make sure she looked good, make sure she got all the words out correctly. Like, it was a lot going on. But she says that she's inviting everybody but Evelyn. We get to Jackie and her little pop the balloon segment of her show, and I'm just like, listen, This show ain't gonna work because you're copying somebody else's material, first of all, Jackie. But whatever. So Ming, Evelyn, and Denise show up. I said, Denise, why is you here? You don't like Jackie. Like, you cannot stand Jackie. Like, I don't know who hates her more, you or Brittany. But Denise says that she is not there to support Jackie or get a man. She's here because her girls are here. And then she says, and I'm keeping my ears open for Chantel. Open for what? Jackie ain't about to talk about her. So who's going to be talking about Chantel for you to be keeping your ears open? Make that make sense for me, because I'm not understanding. So then we learn that Ming and Ty, they're not even on speaking terms. And I'm just like, see, again, there's so much mess going on with their relationship, or should I say their non-existent relationship, that I'm just kind of confused. I'm just like, 1 minute they talking. By the next episode, they done broke up. The next episode, oh, we friends. The next episode, oh, you know what? I ain't talking to her. We ain't rocking with each other. I'm just like, well, what's happening? We keep getting the aftermath. We don't see what's going on with y'all. But besides that, we get to the segment. I didn't even realize that Ty was participating, but they ended up blindfolding her. I don't think she got anybody, you know what I mean? I don't think she was checking for either of the girls. The producers of Basketball Wives, they end up asking Denise, like, was she trying to sabotage Jackie's segment? And here's the thing, she was. Because the way she was answering them questions, baby, she wasn't even trying to play along, like, at all. I'm just like, girl, why are you here? Just go sit in the corner. It's fine. She's like, because the questions, they were just so stupid. I'm not looking for a man right now. Then don't participate. Please. Don't waste our time. Some type of way, Evelyn made a connection. And why did Jackie say in her confessional that Evelyn might have found somebody in her age range? I said, wait a second. What's the age range of the men that she be dating? Like, is she going for younger guys or something? Let me know. Besides that, Ty ends up talking to Evelyn. And they talk about, the Brandy event. And Evelyn, of course, is not invited. So then they start talking about Chantel. And, how Evelyn, she is choosing to get involved, okay? Nobody invited her to this mess, but Evelyn she's gung-ho about it. She feels like she needs to be involved with this Chantel and Jackie conversation. And she really don't. Let the people handle their business by themselves. That is their family business. Why do you keep trying to get involved? Now, here comes Ty being messy. Because she's like, well, Jackie has a bone about your daughter, but she says that she loves your daughter. And I'm just like, see, the way that's phrased is sounding like you have a bone about Shanice. Here comes Evelyn. Oh, see how they're trying to weaponize my daughter again? I'm just like, oh God, please leave these people kids out of this. Even though their children are grown women, let's not talk about them, because the mamas get so worked up. Okay, they get way too worked up. So when Jackie comes over, here goes Todd. Oh, all right, y'all, I'm going to head on out. I got to go. I said, not you going to drop that bomb and now you got to leave. Girl, you are so messy. So then Evelyn, she ends up questioning if anything was said about Shanice. And Jackie's like, no, I didn't say anything about Shanice. But she does have a bone. I said, okay, gotcha. I'm assuming that she was saying that she has a bone about Evelyn. She likes Shanice as her daughter, but she will drop it if she have to. So Jackie, she ends up asking Evelyn, like, so what do you have to say? Because it seems like you have something to get off your chest. And Jackie, she has to tell her, listen, stop talking about my daughter. Like, she feels like Evelyn was an antagonist in the situation. She absolutely was. Absolutely was. Because it is very clear at this point that Evelyn is in Chantel's ear. And that's sad. And then Evelyn's like, no, because we need to hold you accountable, Jackie. It's my job as your friend. I need to hold you accountable. Baby, Jackie said, we're not about to play these games. And then Jackie, she gets up and walks away. Jackie is not about to have this conversation with y'all. I don't understand what y'all are not getting. It is not even that Jackie is running away from a conversation. It's the fact that this ain't got shit to do with y'all. Like, it's one thing if this was like some drama, like the typical Basketball Wives drama. But this is not that. Like, this whole situation between her and her daughter, this is something that stems from years ago. Y'all don't need to get involved. You really don't. Now, in her confessional, according to Jackie, she basically says that Evelyn was a prostitute and did $25 handies. I said, oh, okay. If that's what you want to say. Now, was that the bone, Jackie? Because I feel like that ain't really a bone. Like, I want you to drop a bomb on Evelyn. That's what I really want to happen. But let's go ahead and move on. So, Brandy is prepping for this dinner event, right? We see Ming. She's there to support her. But here's the thing. She don't think Brandy can cook. Again, if you don't like these people, why are y'all here? So, it sounds like all the seasoning that Brandy provided, it went on some seafood dishes. Chantel, she ends up calling Brandy. It says that she won't be coming because her mom won't take accountability. I said, okay, cool. So you had a conversation with Evelyn. That's what that says to me. If you want to talk to your mama, if you want your mama to take accountability, call your mother. Call your mother, Chantel, because you are running around to tell everybody that will listen, except for your mother, what your problem is. And y'all, that is one thing that I don't like about Chantel. Chantel has all this mouth, but she refuses to tell the person that she has the issue with what the fuck the issue is. Because let's be honest, every time she got into it with Brandy, she would just be like, oh my gosh, I'm not about to do this. Brandy, no, we're not about to do this. Like, you're doing too much. It was all of that. But whenever Brandy said, what's your issue, Chantel? She couldn't come up with one. First of all, it's because she kept piggybacking off of everybody else's feelings towards her. So then when it came to her mom, I've even heard a clip. I think it was Jamie That's Me. Shout out to her. I love her. She had did a review. I want to say it was Jamie That's Me. Wait, was it Jamie or was it Scotty by Nature? One of them, they had played the old audio of Chantel, I want to say Takari and Jackie. They were in some type of counseling session. They did like a review. And in the counseling session, again, Jackie is saying, what is the problem? Chantel won't say the problem. She keeps saying, see, I'm not going to do this because my mom won't take accountability. You know what happened. Clearly she don't. Refresh her damn memory. Tell her what happened in your childhood that was such a fucking problem. And now here we are again. Chantel, big 30-something-year-old girl. I'm calling her a 30-year-old girl, yes. She refuses to have a conversation with her mother, yet she parades around town telling everybody about her mama is so wrong. Her mama is so trifling. Her mama don't take accountability. What is she taking accountability for? Like, girl, please stop. And it's crazy because I think Brandy even mentioned how Chantel says that, yeah, because I heard about my mom and Evelyn getting into it. So you probably talked to Evelyn, and I'm pretty sure that you probably also talked to Denise. Because I know Big Mouth Denise ran back and told you something. Because according to her, she was keeping her ears open for Chantel. So next thing you know, Jennifer, she shows up, and Ming, she ends up telling them about Evelyn trying to check Jackie about the whole Chantel situation and how Jackie didn't want to talk about it. Now, in her confessional, Brandy is like, Jackie doesn't want to talk about anything that has to do with Chantel. Like, it's sad to watch this happen between a mother and daughter, but this is the situation. And I'm just like, I wish we could just, have the cast understand that Jackie is not about to talk about this. Y'all can talk about anything else but the family situation. Like, it's annoying at this point. So, Ty, she shows up. Why is she giving Ming a fist bump? I said, yeah, you really not rocking with her. So, Jackie shows up. She questions Ty about what she told Evelyn. And Ty's like, no, I said that you love Shanice, but that you had a bone. So, Okay, Jackie feels like that's a misunderstanding. Y'all, next thing you know, here comes Denise. She comes in, she speaks to everybody but Jackie. Jackie specifically said, hey, Denise, or said hello to Denise, however she said it. She specifically said hello to that girl, and she did not say a word to Jackie. So Jackie is tired of her attitude. Jackie is sick of Denise and her bullshit, okay? Brandy, she's going around getting feedback from the guests. And when she sits down with the ladies, she thanks them for showing up because, Evelyn wasn't invited. Brittany said she wasn't going to come. And then she's like, I talked to Chantel, and Jackie cuts her off. And she's like, oh, well, why didn't Brittany come? Is it because of me? And Brandy's like, no. Girl, that's absolutely why her ass did not come. Stop playing. So then she's like, okay, but back to Chantel. Baby, Jackie fucking Christie, I cannot with you. Y'all, why did Jackie pick up the phone? Y'all, she picked up the phone, called Doug. I don't know if she called Doug or Dougie, because I feel like she would be calling her son Dougie and calling her husband Doug. But I could have sworn she said the word Dougie. Either way, she's on the phone. How was the game? Oh, you talked to Chantel? Tell her I love her. I said, Jackie, get off this phone. I am hollering. So, again, at this point, Jackie don't even want to hear Chantel's name being brought up. Because she know it comes with some bullshit. So, Brandy, she trying to continue about Chantel. And Jackie starts to put her jacket on, saying she gotta go. I said, Brandy, I don't know what producer told you to keep bringing this shit up, but baby, let it go. Here comes Denise. She asked Jackie if she was unblocked yet. So Jackie is like, keep fucking with me. And when I respond, I don't want you to basically make it seem like Jackie is doing too much. Baby, I'm so ready for Jackie to snap on that girl. Because I am so tired of Denise. Like, girl, go make some friendship bracelets. We're tired of you. You have nothing going on. What is your storyline? Because, oh, my bad, you don't have one. Okay? So, Jen is like, listen, we can care, but we have to respect people's wishes. Basically saying, we can care about the situation, but at the end of the day, like, we got to respect Jackie's wishes that she don't want to talk about her fucking daughter right now. So, out of nowhere, here comes me. Well, when Chantel expressed her feelings, what should we be doing? And Jackie is like, you can talk to Chantel in that moment. Talk to her, be her friend, all those things. But again, we're not about to do this. And she's like, Jen can't answer that for me. Oh, why she say that? Because Ming is like, I wasn't asking for you to answer. That question was for Jen. No, she said, I wasn't asking Jen to answer that. Right? That's what she said initially. So then Jackie is like, listen, if you want to talk to her about Christian, that's fine. But this is not a conversation about me and my daughter. And Ming is like, I can talk to her about whatever I want to talk to her about. So now Ming feels like Jackie, can't tell her nothing. And Ming is like, oh, I was asking for Jen's opinion. Well, which one do you want? Do you want Jackie's response or do you want Jen's opinion? Because Jen already told you where she stands. Respect people's wishes. I don't think there's any more that needs to go into that. Like, are you okay upstairs? Is your brain working? So, in her confessional, Ming basically calls Jackie a hypocrite because, she asked the other ladies questions, but now they can't ask her questions. When I tell y'all I'm so over this conversation, because y'all can ask Jackie stuff all day long. However, she's already told you this family situation is off limits. Move on to something else. Y'all better ask her about the TV show. Ask her about Doug. Ask her about anything else. But not Chantel. It's really not that hard to do. It's really not. So Ming, she is still trying to keep this going. And I'm like, girl, you're keeping it going for nothing. Because we're over it. So that was pretty much where the episode ended. Y'all, next week it seems like Denise is about to flip-flop and she's not going to be on Evelyn's side anymore. But also they're about to start this mess up in Hawaii. Like, don't do that to Hawaii. Like, Hawaii does not need any of the Basketball Wives drama. But y'all, I will be back next week to talk about it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.